When the air goes still and the shadows lean too close, he knows. Before you feel it, before you see it, he already knows. Barren tracks, echoes of knowing. It was an ordinary evening, the kind that passes without notice. Barron walked into the kitchen, but something was different, off and unusual. I could sense his fear. He didn't want to be there. He tried to leave, but something in me felt compelled to encourage him to stay. He was looking up, not at me, countertops, or the other room, but up and toward the ceiling. The hair on his back was raised. I looked around. Nothing had changed. No new objects, no sounds. Just presence or something in the air. I couldn't see anything. Jokingly, I spoke aloud, wondering if we were being visited. I asked my dad if he was here to answer the question he once asked me. Before he left this world, he asked, "Do you think Mom will wait for me in heaven?" I told him yes. And now I asked him to answer that question, but not by showing himself, not again, not like he did at the VFW. You see, about 2 months after my dad passed, I was at karaoke, very sad and hollow. It was a place he visited with me. A friend got up to sing, Always on My Mind by Willie Nelson. And in my head, I heard, listen to the song. I told myself, I don't talk to myself like that. Something is amiss. I turned to watch, and there he was. My dad was standing at the end of the bar, looking at me and smiling, younger than I'd ever seen him, and happy. It absolutely scared me. I cried, and I left quickly. So again, when Barron saw something in the kitchen, I spoke aloud. I asked my dad if he was here to answer the question he once asked me. Do you think Mom will wait for me? I told him not to show himself again, not in my home. Just find another way to answer. And then I giggled because it felt silly, talking to the air, asking for answers from someone I couldn't see. I went about my evening, but I meant it. I was watching. I'd be waiting. The very next day, my daughter called. A young woman, a friend to my daughter who had lived across the street from my dad, had reached out to her. She still lives in California. She said she'd never dreamed of my dad before, but last night she did. Her dream, he was with a woman who had dark hair and a gap between her front teeth. They were with a child, and there was something about ashes. My mom, we learned, did have a gap in her front teeth at top, and she lost a child before I was born. There was no photo of that child, but the dream was clear. That was the answer. She did wait for him. Barron saw them. I asked for an answer, and I got one. Not in visual, but in truth, through the words of a friend, in presence and in knowing.